Hi and welcome along to the weekend roundup. If you thought we weren't going to do one because there's no Premier League games on, you're wrong. We are here with a weekend roundup and I'm joined by our esteemed panel. Abby is in the building.
Good morning.
Flex, AGT and Matisse. They're looking very Formula One.
Yeah, I mean, there's no football, so I said I was changing sport. Actually, I did say that. So I'm not joking.
It's a weekend off, man. You know what I mean? Because there's no Premier League games. No one's going to get.
He's wearing that because he said he wants 21 points after 7 games. How many points you get for F1? I don't know. He's trying to mix the sports for the points.
That's a good one.
That's surprised you, right? Yeah, that's a good one.
Flex knows I got a good one.
Anyway, this episode is, of the weekend roundup is powered by Odds Checker. You would remember us last week speaking about it. If you predict the entire Premier League table, right, then you have a chance of winning £1 million. You hear that, Matisse? £1 million. You can take that and help to get.
No, he's got enough, man.
That's it.
He's only interested in millions.
Millions.
I say you could have donated towards another player.
Million.
That's chump change.
I mean, can't pay a man for a week with that.
With the Odds Checker £1 million predictor, and they pay it to you straight away. It's not paid out over 10 years. I mean, it's not like what Chelsea do, right? It's free to enter. All you got to do is click the link in the description and make your predictions. And you must be over 18 and be in the UK to play. But we're going to give you more information on it later on in the show. Remember last week we went through our picks from 1 to 10, right? And we did it in alphabetical order. Now we're going to do the rest of the league, right? And it's really, really interesting. Where are Liverpool going to finish? Where did Alex predict Liverpool finishing? We'll see that. But listen, guys, it's great to be here. It's my birthday. Thank you very much for everybody. All of you guys hit me up about my birthday, man. I really appreciated that. Had a really, really nice weekend, man. You know what I mean? I went to the Sidemen event on Saturday. That was really cool. And then yesterday, just chilled out.
Nice, man.
You know what I mean? On the birthday. And yeah, it was good, man.
What did you eat? But you went for dinner, didn't you?
Mind your own business, man. What do you want to eat? You know what I mean?
What did you eat for?
No, it was a Turkish meal.
Nice.
Lovely. I love Turkish food. But there has been football going on, and of course, what was drawing a lot of controversy was the England game. England drawing 1-1 with Ukraine, goal by Zinchenko. Walker with his first goal for England. What did you guys think of the reaction to that game? Because I saw some people. I didn't watch it live. I saw the highlights of it. England weren't great, but they did.
Hold on, Robbie. Sorry. We've got to stop you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Don Robbie. Happy birthday to you.
Wait. They scared me. Oh.
He's got
It's not working. It's not working.
Oh shit!
Trust me, bro.
Bro.
Here we
I
go.
hate these things.
Oh my fucking god!
Feels like we just won the Champions League.
What?
That's as close as you're gonna get, bro. That's as close as you're gonna.
Champions League.
You got a leaf blower in
This
there.
is a joke.
Thank you. Bloody hell, this stuff goes
Oh, I
on.
didn't
Bro.
think this through.
Are you?
Pointing at Matisse as well.
Why are you aiming for me for? Why are you aiming for me for?
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Happy
And
birthday.
you know,
mate.
it's the second show I've done today. I got a cake in that one as well.
Sorry,
I'll be all caked
sorry.
out.
Nah,
But did you get all this?
This is actually a bit too much.
I know, it's like all over my keyboard.
God.
Leaf blower and that.
Sorry. You just get it off the laptop.
Do you remember for your
Oh, that's
birthday in
good.
Qatar?
It's all on my clothes now.
It's everywhere, anywhere, isn't it? You may as well just
Embrace it, man.
Hold on, one second.
speak. There you go.
All on me. Stood on my orange.
Thank you very much. Listen. Nah, guys, appreciate it.
Big up, man.
Appreciate it, man.
More life, man. More prosperity.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. Blessings.
Whoever's hoovering this, good luck to you.
They do it to themselves.
But anyway,
God.
what do you guys think of that? Like, people were losing it over that England game. They did only. It was a 1. They didn't lose the game. It was 1-1. It was away to Ukraine. They played a game in Poland.
Yeah.
Overreactions, or are you worried about Southgate?
I mean, England are going to qualify. They always do.
Yeah.
But people on their last kind of last line with Southgate, they want him. A lot of people want him sacked because he's not.
Is that mad though?
They don't feel like he can get them over the line. I feel like with the current group of players that we've got, you look at the Bellinghams, the Fodens, the Madisons, who's doing brilliantly at Tottenham, Trent. And you had to get someone in there.
It's the only one that plays them now. I've got to say it.
You look at the quality that the squad has. Kane, you're talking about one of the greatest strikers coming towards the peak of the end of his career. People want to take advantage of that and they want to win. Southgate is doing good things in terms of getting them to finals and semi-finals, so that's all cool. But if you don't have a trophy to show for it, no one's going to care in 10, 20 years' time. And people want to make sure that they take full advantage of the situation. So I can understand why there's pressure on him. He does need to win something. Otherwise, he's got to be sacked.
But you wouldn't sack him now, would you?
I personally would have wanted a new coach in for this tournament. Yeah. After
so
the World
sack
Cup.
him now?
I would have sacked him after the World Cup. Or you could say part ways respectfully.
Yeah.
Not necessarily sacking. Sacking is like you've done a bad job and we need you out of here now. Not like that. But part ways, man got his station on the Piccadilly line, we move. Do you know what I mean?
All right, if you was in charge of England right now,
You're already there.
You're a big member of the FA. Actually, I'm going to ask all of you this questions. Would you keep him for this tournament?
I think it's too late to sack him now. Yeah.
Or would you remove him?
It's too late now.
You would keep him.
It's too late now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's such a yes and no, hot and cold answer, because you ask one person, they'll say, as Matisse alluded to, all these players that he's got at his disposal, but he's still playing players like Jordan Henderson, taking Bellingham off. So there's that side of the argument, which I saw KG tweet, he's going to ruin the new generation. So there's that side. Then the other side is, respect him, he's got to a World Cup semi, was it World Cup semis, Euro final. That's better than anyone in our lifetimes, for sure. So it depends what side of the fence you sit on. For me personally, everyone can say get him out and all this stuff, but who are you going to replace him with? I know there's Pep's been mentioned, Graham Potter. I just can't see any of them. They're chatting about, is it Glenn Holland from the under-21s?
I think it depends as a nation, right, how we see ourselves. Because when you haven't won something for so long, right, what you start to do is just be happy to be there, happy to go far. But that's a dangerous mentality to have. There has to be a point in your evolution where your mentality shifts to, no, we should have won that.
Now.
I don't care that we're England, we always bottle it, we always say it's coming home and it never does. No. We played a crap Italy side that didn't even make the last 2 World Cups on our home turf at Wembley in a final and went 1-0 up.
Yep.
How do we lose? Like, the inquest has to be, we can't just keep saying, but this is the furthest we've got since 1990, or this is the furthest we got since. We can't keep playing the victim mentality, saying we're little old England and we haven't done it since Bobby Moore and Charlton. Like, when does it change? You have to look at the players that you've got, and I think that people think that it means that Southgate's done a bad job or it's disrespecting. Like, both statements can be true. Like, just because you move on from somebody, especially at international level, that doesn't mean that you're disrespecting the person. That means that he's served his purpose for that period of time. England needed unity. England needed young players to be guided upon. He'd had history working with young players. You talk to the England players about how he treats them and stuff like that. And then on top of that, they needed results and belief. Let's not act like in all them tournaments that it was, whether it was World Cup, was it Croatia, in the 18 one, the Euros. We was all in here going mad. Oh my God, we're going to do it. Then the last World Cup, the belief, and then the Vine margin, Hurricane blazes it over. We should. Do you know what I mean? But in them moments, we did believe. We did believe because there was a little bit of substance there. But the ultimate reason why it didn't work, we're like, because let's be honest, we don't really think Southgate's going to be the man. So I don't think it's disrespectful. I think England needs to start operating like they believe they should be winning. So that means if you've tried 3 major tournaments and you've done well and you're just nearly there, that means get the thing that will get you just
taking them as far as they can go.
That's also a mentality thing from England, not just Southgate, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are on the pitch. They're the ones that have been in these finals or semi-finals, and they can't get over the line. But I agree with kind of the other side of the coin that he has done more for England than we had in so many years. So I think you have to also look at that lightly. But I also agree with you that maybe it's a step too far. But you can't get rid of him before the summer now.
Yeah, I was looking at it the other day, right? I'm thinking, I kind of agree with you on the one. It's that's the thing. He divides. He really does divide it because I think he's done so good in that. What I've really liked about him is always brought through young players, players like Saka and all these guys that he's kept brought them in at a very young age, brought them into the team, and now he's an established England player. Foden, all these guys. But then on the other hand, I'm looking at it now and I'm saying, not before, but now I'm looking at it, I'm saying, is he brave enough as a manager, right? He's a real no-risk manager, right? And to me, that's why we haven't won some of these tournaments, because we haven't taken more risks. And also, when I look at it, right, I'm like,
Maguire, I'm not being
France, I'd say France, yeah? Possibly. What other team, when you look at it player for player, is better than England right now in the world? When you look at player for player.
In the Euros, for sure.
As individuals.
In the world.
They're the most expensive squad in the world. England
Not forget expensive. Just in the world, quality, better than Germany.
Yeah.
Right, as we saw, they sacked their manager, they got beaten by Japan. We're better than Germany. I think we're better than Spain, player for player.
Spain got player for player?
Better than Portugal, player for player, yes.
Yeah, Portugal got a good team now.
Got a good team.
It's just France, when you break it down.
They're more of an up-and-coming team. Better than Holland. They got Weghorst.
Argentina?
I know he scored.
He scored, mate.
He did score.
He left Man United now.
Yeah, but that's who's up front. Brazil got Richarlison up front.
Crying on the bench.
Even Brazil. As good as... I know they've got, Vinicius Junior and your Rodrigo's, Neymar, but he's getting a bit older now. Yeah. But look at this. You tell me, apart from France, a squad that's better than England.
But this is why you see in that Euros, when we went 1-0 up, was it Luke Shaw scored in it, and then we went in 1-0 up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In the second half, we could all feel it. We went,
who was coming?
Mate, you need to coach now. Now there's no vibe. There's no going off home advantage. This is a crap Italy team, but they've got some experienced guys in there, and we've got some inexperienced guys in there. Southgate, manage. Manage. No waistcoat Wednesday. No everyone getting gassed and is coming home. Wednesday. In this moment here, we are 1-0 up in a major final at Wembley against a dead Italy side. Do something. Don't be scared. Waited. Then they equalise.
The in-game management is questionable.
It's questionable, and then
because he doesn't take risks, does he?
He don't take risks. I just think
in-game. I think out-game as well.
He's not a top manager, though, is he?
Well, I'm sorry, but if you can't, I know it's been said, but Harry Maguire still starting for England.
But
Jordan Henderson, as much as I love him, still starting for England. Calvin Phillips in the squad. When you're looking at people like Tomori, Gay, all these guys, I know Gay played fairly recently, but how are they playing over other players like
Josh?
And he has to hold a lot of the blame.
Do you know why though, Alex? Though, and I agree with
these are the players that get to the final and lose.
No, Maguire shouldn't be
anywhere near it.
To him,
but I don't care about to him.
Yeah, but that's why he does it. Because he's saying this. I've got this far.
There's your problem.
They've never let him down when playing for England.
That is now.
That's why we
favouritism. What message does it
No, but that's where we say he's not taking any risks now.
Exactly.
Because he's Maguire's. He's like, he's always never really let me down. I know he's not doing too well, but he's a safe bet for me at the moment. When you got, he's actually blocking now. You can think about it, and he say he's blocking.
He is
Gay. Why don't you go and speak to Ben White? Maybe get him back into the team as a centre back. You know what I mean? I just saw. I missed the comment here where a guy goes, "Behave. Our defence is dead." Right? But hold on. Right? That defence on the right hand side. Right? You got a choice of Reece James, Walker, and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Three of the best right backs around, and you can throw Trippier into that. Right? On the left hand side, they've got Shaw. They got Chilwell. Right? And the centre-backs, if you took out them, you could have... Obviously, it's John Stones when he's fit. Right? He's just won the treble. You could have Mark Gay in there. He's a great up-and-coming player. You got Tomori, who won the league with Serie A. You know what I mean? You got Ben White, who you could put in there.
That's not a dead defence, but he's blocking them now by still sticking.
And
people like Harvey Barnes now are thinking, right, I can still play for Scotland. It's not too late.
Midfield, look at the midfield. Bellingham and Declan Rice in that midfield.
Are you taking the mick? Right? I can't defend him
Henderson anymore. Coming back, he's an ageing player now. He's done his bit for England.
Yeah. Why are you starting team on against Thing?
Henderson started.
Yeah.
Instead of who? What? There wasn't Rice and
Madison started. Foden came on, but
you got, and then up front. Look at it. You can have a front three. You can have a front three of Harry Kane, Saka, and Rashford, or you could put Foden in there, or you could put Grealish in there, or you can even in that midfield. You can have Declan Rice, Bellingham and Maddison.
Or Trent.
Where was Maddison off the left?
Or Trent or Maddison.
On the
Maddison
left.
Off the left.
Off the
Yeah.
left, yeah.
So come on, why? And I looked at the Brazil side, right? So the Brazil side is a very good side. Edison, their defence: Danilo, Marquinhos, Gabriel, Arsenal, and Lodi used to be at
Renan Lodi, yeah.
He was at Forest last year. Bruno Guimaraes and Casemiro, but Casemiro's getting a little older now, still quality. Rafinha, Neymar, Rodrigo, and Richarlison.
Ain't bad, is it?
No, it's a very
But
good side.
Like,
but
what you're saying is England are
I
up
think
there,
England-
if not like player for player, pound for pound.
I agree. I do truly believe it is only France, and that's why when we played them, look what happened. I just can't defend Southgate anymore.
And even that
It's
goes a
so
close game.
boring, bro.
I was at that game. It's a very close game. Remember, it sort of went on Kane missing that penalty and that.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't think we were adventurous enough.
You always feel like we're playing with the handbrake on, or the reins. Like because we've got such talented players, and I get it. We all think we're managers. I mean, we play for the champ manager, or elevate manager, whatever. Yeah, old school, proper old
Championship
school.
manager.
I mean, football manager now. We all play for. We think that we can, we know better all the time. But you do look at it like you're saying, and you just feel like. But this team's got more though. Even if you had just a front foot attacking manager, and I know this is going to sound crazy, even if you had like a Bielsa or something, like just someone who just
Someone like a Klopp,
just a bit aggressive.
genuinely.
Klopp would be amazing.
Klopp.
How
Like,
would
just
you
someone-
feel
do
if
you
he
know what I mean?
went to England?
I prefer he goes to Germany because that's it. But again, that point. Imagine if Klopp was the manager in the last 3 to 4 years. We would have won a Euros. We would have won.
Would Graham Potter do a better job? I know the Chelsea thing's mad.
For me, that's not a big enough guarantee to that's not a guarantee to
Eddie Howe?
making the move.
Do you think Southgate, when he does eventually leave England, do you think he'll go back into club management?
Would you have him at Liverpool? Would you have him at Chelsea?
Relax.
Are you mad?
Spurs?
But this is the problem.
That's
No
the thing,
one would
innit?
have him.
United.
No chance.
No one. He'd go back to Middlesbrough.
Don't even think they would.
They got Michael Carrick.
Let me run through. There's a load of super chats. And whilst I'm doing these super chats, I've got a question I want to pose to all of you, right? And that is Kyle Walker the best right back around?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Think about it and come back to me, right? There's
Thought about it.
Mine's made up, mate.
right. No, I'm on about in world football. Right, so Show says, Robbie, big up for taking a pic with my bro today, thank you. Chuds101 says, big up Don Robbie, my birthday twin. Lil Yo-Yo says, happy birthday Don Robbie, a.k.a. Arsenal. We got bigger cake to fry. Big up to all the pioneering fan content. He said, your club is still dead, though. Black Wolf says, guys, I'm going to keep it real. We'll come back to this later on. He said, I feel like that Antony's innocent, especially when he leaked the messages from the woman. We'll come back to that later on. Mark T says, why is Ben White not in the England squad? He linked up play with Saka and his quality. It's a scam. Southgate is in the mud and he needs to go. Goodbye. Michael O'Connor says, Southgate's making a mockery of the idea of getting what you deserve in life. And football is based on merit. His selection of his favourites has a lot in common with the elitism of the failed Super League. The Mancutioner says, a neutral fan here, so no bias. I think Southgate has a ceiling. And you have plenty of talent to win trophies with someone else. Also, happy birthday to me. And Aminor says, R.I.P. rants, KG cooked rants. I see something going on. I'm staying out of that, by the way. Right?
People need to do on the internet.
I'm staying out of these cookings and
yeah.
But Kyle Walker, best right back in world football at the moment.
I'm always going to back my boy. but he's
sounding like me.
Reece James?
Literally,
Reece James.
If he was always fit, then I think genuinely I do think Reece James would be the best right back in the world if he was consistently fit. For the fact that Walker is consistently fit, I have to give it to him at the moment.
It's Walker
over Trent.
Well, he can't say Trent because Trent.
No,
can't
but I've
defend.
already said Walker, so you don't need to bring Trent into it.
But Trent's your right back.
Yeah,
asking you over Trent.
Trent is not an orthodox
in
right
the
back.
world.
Who's the better footballer out? Do you know what? Even that, in terms of technical ability, Walker is unbelievable, and the longevity of it, the top teams that he's played for, trophies that he's won. He was going to go Bayern Munich, he stayed. I think he goes down as maybe the best right back in Premier League history. But I think, you know, Trent's obviously got many years to come, so that could change. But long gone are the days where people say, oh, Gary Neville was the best. It's Kyle Walker.
Yeah. No,
You?
yeah, I totally agree. And also, he's 33 now. Still got so much pace. The way
Still quick, isn't he?
I like watching it when obviously someone breaks and just the way he
He's
covers.
ready to go.
He's ready to go,
Yeah.
like cover that defense. He just doesn't seem like he's got any chance of slowing down anytime soon. So yeah.
Correct. You're correct. There's other like honorary mentions, like you can talk about Hakimi and
People
stuff.
are mentioning Hakimi a lot.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hakimi's
He's
obviously
fell off, though, a
He's
little
really
bit.
good.
A lot of
I
people
know,
saying
like,
Hakimi.
yeah.
I don't get to watch him week in,
Yeah.
week out in France. but
Hakimi technically better.
Yeah, but
for me.
I don't know.
But if you defended,
Walker's a baller.
you put Walker, you just say, yo, man mark whoever.
there's a lot. There's a
Not
few-
Depends what you're
Place.
looking for.
Do you know what? It's
Yeah.
rare. The
Depends what
one
your
time
team is
I've
looking
seen Walker be left in the mud, well, twice. One was the Sheffield United game the other day when he was on the floor seeing the goal go in.
But that was his own
And the
fault,
other
though.
time was Vinny Jr. when he smoked him. Oh no, was that
No,
Fernandinho playing
didn't
right
smoke
back?
him.
No, but you know when Vinny just ran the whole pitch at Etihad last season.
Oh yeah.
He did kind of smoke him there, but
Listen,
you rarely see
I
him
think if you're
with his back to
the
goal.
reason, the reason why I'm not really giving Hakimi is because if you're looking at Trent and saying defensively he's a bit
Yeah.
shaky,
Then you can't have
you know
Hakimi
Hakimi's
then.
nowhere near Walker defensively as well. So it depends what your team needs at right
You
back
got
as well.
saying Dumfries or Palace.
No, Dumfries.
No,
Dumfries
like,
is not
let's
even a
not
conversation.
do
Not
that.
even in
Let's
the
not
same
do
conversation.
that.
There's only about 3 or 4 that you
Like,
can
saying,
mention.
like Dumfries is
yeah,
not
and
even
if
a
you look at
convo.
like in the history, obviously the Danny Alves and that, no one's trying to say like
Yeah,
that's-
unbelievable.
We're not doing that, but absolutely right now on the world stage, I can't think of
At
anyone
33 as well.
who does what he does.
And he's so
And he's
aggressive
not.
footballer.
He's
I love
not in
him.
a descendancy. He doesn't look like he's getting worse. Do you know what I mean?
Signed, just signed a new contract.
That's what I mean. He's unbelievable.
Ali A says Walker's pace makes him get away with it.
I don't know about that because
That's why he's better than
defensively
all the rest
one-on-one, he is.
Christian
Fast,
says
pretty
Danny
unstable.
Carvajal. He says.
yeah, Carvajal. Not having
Very
him.
safe,
No.
Very
No,
safe
no,
right
no,
back.
no,
No
no
bursting,
chance,
lung
yeah.
busting.
Great
runs.
career, but
Yeah.
no.
Okay, we started a good debate here. As you know, the transfer window is closed, and
God
we
for
made
that.
all of our
Is it
even the
closed?
Saudi
Just
one.
celebrate.
Is
Even
it
the Saudi one's closed.
Ain't the Turkish one still open?
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
closed.
yeah.
Yeah, how do you know,
Turkish
mate?
one, Saudi one's closed. So you're good, right? We've all made our predictions for the league table, right? So you can make your predictions for the 2023-24 Premier League table with Odds Checkers £1 million predictor. And you'll be with a chance of winning £1 million. It's free to enter. Just click the link in the description. You must be over 18 and from the UK. Remember, last week we ran through teams like Arsenal where they'd finish, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Palace, Everton, Fulham. We run through all them sort of teams last week. Now we've got the rest of the half of the table to do.
Yeah.
Starting off with Liverpool. Where are Liverpool going to finish? Alex, you put in you because you've done your odds checker already. You put Liverpool finishing second.
Yeah, for me it was a toss-up between Liverpool and Arsenal in second and third places. I think at this part of the season, both on 11 points. So that's a toss of a coin for me. But yeah, I think Liverpool, from what I've seen so far, you know, if I'm placing us second, below us you've got Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United, Newcastle. We've started better than all of those. And again, the season's long. There's a lot of ups and downs to come. But third or second, I went for second, yeah.
You had them in third, Abby.
Yeah, I went for third. Same reason. I thought it was going to be tight between either of them. I think they might be in their own little battle with each other more than City. this
Keeping
season.
Salah's big for them, though, isn't it?
Huge.
He was never going to leave.
Don't lie. You were
sweating.
Why was you stressing?
I was stressing,
Let's not lie.
bro.
Planning what
I
you do if
was.
he leaves and that. You know what I mean? Planning your little exit video. What you going to say about Mo? Nah, mate.
No, it didn't get that.
believe
It didn't get to that stage, but inshallah.
But are you worried he might go in January?
No, you don't leave in January. The thing is, though, if we get in the top 4, he's not going to want to leave Champions League football to go to Saudi. So they say, oh, they'll be back for him next year. Come back.
There'll be. I think he'll go there.
He can go there at 35, 36.
Yeah, I don't think he's going
He's 31 now. Loads of time to go.
Matisse had him in third. You had them in third as well. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't know. I might have
honest.
changed it since then. I know he's not allowed. I know, so I've got to go with it now. But I have. I think we were saying last week on the show when me, Fuad and Nikki.
Yeah.
on the show.
Oh, yeah, we did a top 4.
And it was like, who's like the biggest like threat to City and that? And we were like,
Might not be anyone.
I think yeah, true. But like Liverpool, you can't. They've fixed the midfield now. They got a big attacking pool of players. They've got the strongest front line in terms of from 1 to 6.
The 6
out of all of
players that we can choose
easily.
from, yeah.
When it's not going good in the game, you see people like that.
I don't think they fixed the midfield though. That's my problem.
We have to wait for it to click.
Yeah, and by the time
Do you not see Endo against Germany, mate? We fixed it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Did
it.
Endo play in the last game? Or is he
He's
dropped?
captain, bro.
No, I'm talking about for Liverpool.
No, he came on as a sub.
Why?
They haven't got McAllister as the boss line now, mate.
Why was Jones and McAllister
See his goal for Hungary, man.
Why?
Bro, relax.
But I think Liverpool, I just think they're on the come up.
Yeah.
They're on the come up, and once they get into a groove with Liverpool, what we have seen, we saw it last year towards the end. If there were more games,
Bro,
to the end,
10 in a row.
because I think
we haven't lost for 50. We haven't
Yeah.
lost since March,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, it's a
Unbeaten
typical
15,
Liverpool
Robbie.
thing where they just slowly cook
Grind
and
it out.
everything gets,
Yeah.
and then you think, then you look back.
But
and
that's
you
cool.
actually,
Let's
losing.
go under
Yeah.
the
They're
radar.
still there.
I'm happy
But
for that.
between them and Arsenal,
You
though,
won't
I
be
do
going
think it will
under.
really be really close. I think Arsenal will be
yeah.
right up there, 100%. So I think second and third will
Hard
be
to split
a few
them.
points in it.
Okay, poor Luton Town, man. Every single one of us had them finishing bottom. Any hope for them at all, Matisse?
Not bottom
No
for
chance.
me.
Absolutely
19th.
no chance for them. I've watched them twice.
Oh, actually, sorry.
You've got them 19th.
You had them
yeah.
19th, yeah.
Who's worse than them?
Sheffield United.
Okay.
I've watched them twice this season. I watched them against, actually, was it 3 times? I watched them against Brighton, seen them against West Ham, and against us.
They weren't too bad against Brighton. They
No,
were on-
but they just don't have enough quality up
But
top.
they haven't really had the home games yet, innit? Now they had the home
They
game
had the home
against
game
you.
against West Ham, but
unlucky not
Against
to get
West
a
Ham.
draw.
Right, they made a game of
2-1.
it near
Should have
the
got
end.
a pen.
But
Should have got a
they
pen
should have got
as
maybe
well.
got a pen. Ward-Prowse here, but over the course of the season, they're not going to have enough quality to
Ross
stay up.
Barkley.
No chance.
They're basically relying on him
Yeah,
to
it's
be the
just-
creator from midfield.
The problem that Luton got as well is that they won't be able to help it. Is the fact that they will have the mentality of like,
We're gone.
yeah, I don't want to discredit them, but the mentality of we know this is really hard. We're favourites to go down. Let's just kind
Yeah,
of
but
go
you
for
don't
it.
have to have that
It's
mentality.
difficult.
It's-
It's
After
difficult.
you
because they haven't got the
6-7
budgets.
games
They don't have
in
the
a row.
No, I
budget
know.
to be able to do like what
Yeah, but
Forest
neither,
did
but
when they
neither
come
did
up.
Bournemouth, to be fair. Bournemouth didn't, and obviously now they're kind of like a mainstay in the Premier
I think
League.
Bournemouth probably got a bigger budget than Luton. to be
I
honest.
saw
Well-
I saw the goal against West Ham was a very championship goal.
Yes.
Very
Yeah, it was.
championship.
That the team wasn't ready to come up yet, and
No.
you know,
It was-
they did it. It was an amazing fairy tale, and now it's kicked in. And I don't know how Rob was talking before the Chelsea game in his interview on the pitch. I was listening to him, and I don't know. It was. I don't want to say it's defeatist because
Happy to be
how
here.
Are they? Yeah. But I just think it's a tough ask. No matter, even if that
Yeah.
wasn't Luton Town, that was another team with that crop of. It's
All right,
incredibly
from bottom
Yeah.
to top, Man City.
Yeah, let's just move on.
The only person who didn't have them winning the league was me.
Oh, shut up.
I wonder who you had
And
winning
you don't
the
even
league.
believe that.
Wow.
You
Of course he does.
No,
Robbie doesn't
Robbie,
believe it.
He's laughing.
You're a year older now, right? It's been
everybody
your
else-
birthday. Do you believe
Are you
that?
wiser?
Are you wiser? Yeah.
Man, yeah, I mean, they can't win it every year, man. This is 'cause maybe something's going to happen this year.
Okay.
That-
All right.
Do you know what I think possibly
Glad
this
I ain't
year?
got a 10
We've
grand
not-
bet on that.
You know what? It's really hard to predict, right? Me, this is what I'm hoping this year. This is the only way they
So just
can.
hope.
This is the only way they won't win the league, right? Is if everybody else steps up, right? Because if you
They got to
actually
step down a bit as well, though.
Couple
no.
steps.
Got to meet in the
No,
middle
but
somewhere.
what I'm saying is, what's been happening over the past 4 or 5 years, right, is that they only ever have one challenger, and if you only ever have one challenger, you can get away from that way. It kind of needs other teams to get involved. Man United need to.
This isn't the year.
Well, you
take
think they'll
points.
feel the pressure if
Liverpool
there
need
was
to-
like 2 teams chasing them more?
But can't
I
Hey,
think
April,
the
doesn't matter.
only way someone else is going to win this league is if there's a few teams. So say it was
A three-horse
Liverpool,
race.
Arsenal, three.
Yeah.
But
The only way,
until
Robbie, is
when,
if
though?
they drop the level.
And City
until
are not
February?
up the level.
Yeah.
Until April, because there was there people were chatting about a 3-horse race in
They weren't
January
even
this
in the-
year.
Nah, but it wasn't a
and then
proper
come
three-horse
March,
race.
it's a 1-horse
No,
race.
it wasn't. I mean, a
Like,
proper.
remember-
So you're
three-horse
saying last
race.
day of the season?
Basically, a Brendan Rodgers versus
Palace.
yeah, but that type of
Yeah.
Chelsea were just in there, and Liverpool and City.
Yeah,
That three-horse
yeah.
race.
I think
We
it
haven't
needs.
seen
It
since
They
needs.
still need to come
the
down,
last
though,
couple.
Robbie.
But yeah,
They
listen,
have to,
they
have to come down and do
you have to
stuff
make
that
them
they
the
don't
favourites. So yeah, I
They've got
did
to
kind
lose
of.
3 in a row.
I did kind of say.
I don't think the teams are structured at the moment to do that though. I don't think Liverpool's quite ready to go and do a proper race with City again. I don't think. And Arsenal with Havertz, it depends. I don't know. I don't think so.
Scapegoat settings.
Why is it not Arteta?
Well, Arteta's already shown he could be in the race. Havertz hasn't.
Yeah, but he hasn't proved.
Yeah, but also he was only. Yeah, he was also only in the race for 6 months.
It is Arteta.
However, though, you could also argue and say that a year on, somebody can be wiser. Right, and say, right, you know
They
what?
learned from last year.
So you already see him trying to change up things, you know. So you never know. It's City of the favourites.
You never know, but we know.
All I know, right, is if I get it right, I ain't sharing that million, right? It's you lot be sharing it up with people, right? I'll be the only one who would have asked on there. All right, okay. From Manchester City to Manchester United, right? I had them finishing 4th. Abby has them finishing 6th.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
So I was being kind.
Flex has them finishing 4th.
6th?
Yeah.
Alex has them finishing
Would you really
5th.
like to go into it?
5th.
And Matisse has them finishing 6th.
Sorry, man.
My brother.
I don't want your apologies.
Sorry, bro.
I don't want it.
I'm not saying sorry.
United, talk to us.
Yeah,
It's been a horrendous start. Not so much off of the results, but with all what's going on around the club as well. I mean, this is not good at the moment. Are they gonna get top 4? You think?
That's what's swaying the opinion. Like, because we've started badly and we're on exactly the same points this year as we was last year after starting badly. Went on to finish 3rd, stabilise, calm down, get our players back in. It's doom and gloom. We're going to talk obviously off the pitch. It is doom and gloom, of course it is. But I'm just talking about the pure football side of it and the players that we do have. Once we get injuries back sorted, I don't see like this capitulation of Man United being 6th and 7th and all them kind of stupidness there. I don't see it. I do think between 4th and 5th, I will be honest, it's not perfect. I do think between 4th and 5th, because I think Liverpool, Arsenal, City, I've accepted that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I'm saying 4th or 5th. I've got Spurs 5th. So
I've got Spurs
I think
5th,
it could be close.
Matisse.
But
he's checking out some stats there.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, who will finish higher? Man United or Chelsea?
We have to finish higher.
why?
Purely because with everything that's going on at their club.
You have to finish
What's going
higher.
on at yours?
It is a mess for us, but it's on the pitch. Yours is off the pitch and on the pitch. And that happened last year, and fair enough, you did kind of wriggle your way through it, and Ten Hag managed the circumstances, and he did a brilliant job doing so. But how much can a man take? How many more times can Man United continue having all of these issues off the pitch and then manage to... Because when I had Man United higher before the transfer window closed, I had the likes of Sancho contributing, I had the likes of Antony contributing. These guys look like they're not going to be involved. And then who am I looking at now? Garnacho, I'm looking at Palestri. Like who am I looking at to come in for these guys and make an impact? Mason Mount.
No.
I mean, listen.
You can't.
We'll get through games.
Think,
I just don't think that implosion's going to happen.
I wouldn't call it an implosion, though. I don't think 6th is an implosion. In this league, with the amount of teams that are out there.
3rd to 6th for Man United.
It can happen to anyone. The team's too, the league's too competitive. If you were to finish like 8th, that is an implosion. I don't think 6th is an implosion.
It will be close for 4th. I'm not saying we're going to get in there comfortably easy. I'm saying between 4th and 5th, yeah, tight. But this lower than 5th.
The same way you guys have started off slow and everybody's kind of writing you off is the same thing with us. We've got a lot of players to come back.
We've got stuff to come back. Actually.
We should be getting stronger as the season goes on, as these players are bedded in, when the Nkuku's come back, etc. So people are thinking, oh, Matisse, wow, how can you put your team in the top 4? We ain't got no European football. We've got one game a week. You guys are in Champions League.
Right.
So
8th is too
Man
low.
United, no top 4 for you either. No top 4.
Well, isn't it true that if an English team wins the champ, 5th gets...
Yeah.
No, it's 5. It's just 5.
It's 5 this year.
It's the new.
If I've got them 5th, then they'll get in the Champions League.
Right.
Whether they'll do anything in it.
Who'll finish higher, Tottenham or Man United?
Tottenham.
We're in it this year.
Yeah, it got to be in it to win it.
No, 100%. I've been really underwhelmed by your transfer window as well. I thought you'd go and do stuff, and I just think it's very underwhelming.
Rasmus Højlund?
Yeah, but I have to wait and see. That's not a guarantee. I just thought, all you've done for 4 years is talk about getting Harry Kane. The whole media has been behind you to go and get Kane. Yeah. You don't even go and get him.
You don't
even go and get him. You didn't even try.
Mate, you still got Richarlison up front crying.
Don't worry about us.
Four good games under Ange. And this is what you see as a Tottenham fan. We didn't even go to a game last year. Four games.
I'm having my moment in the sun.
Madison's better than Foden.
Goes to Australia.
Come back from Australia. Come from the World Cup. I've been pretty underwhelmed with your
Get away with your negativity.
Do you know what I mean?
Get away from me with your negativity.
And in 3 weeks, you'll be back here moaning, crying again.
Well, for now, I won't. And you got slapped up 2-0, so hold that.
You didn't even watch it.
Hold that.
You didn't even watch
I
it.
was flying home.
Damn.
All right, next team, Newcastle. Newcastle, who had a great season last year, of course. Nobody really thinking they're going to have a great season this year. I mean, I had them in 7th, so did Abby. 6th place for Flex and Alex, and Matisse had them in 8th. I mean,
have you seen their Champions League
You are
group?
not winning them.
No, but have you seen their Champions League group?
Yeah, obviously.
It's mad.
I'm buzzing for them though.
Yeah, I'm buzzing for them.
exciting.
It is exciting, but it's going to take. I think it's going to take its toll on the Premier
That's
League.
why I've got
I
them
agree.
in.
That's
Where
why
did I
I've
say?
dropped them a bit because
Six.
they got PSG, AC Milan, and Dortmund. They've never done that before, and those trips to those stadiums, playing your strongest team, and then come back to Premier League on a Saturday
Takes
or
its
Sunday,
toll.
it's going to take its toll. So again, it's not a disgrace. If you look at the top 10, or if you look at all of your top 10s, you're going to see every team in there is rated. They're a good team. So they're all, a lot of them in Europe. West Ham won the Conference League, they're in the Europa League. Aston Villa. So for me, I don't see it as a disgrace. I think Newcastle, I just think there's a lot on their plates this season. It's going to be difficult.
Where did you have them? 8th.
Yeah.
I had them in 6th.
7. I had them
I got them
7th.
6th.
I had them 7th.
I do think it is going to be a lot harder for them. But I think they'll embrace a lot of parts of that challenge, though. I think they might do better in that Champions League group than we think. But definitely,
If they do, then they qualify. Then it's still.
it does.
I think they don't have
Yeah.
enough quality within that squad to be on both
All fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
That's why I've got them
don't.
in 6th.
Nottingham Forest really interesting because they really struggled last year and nearly went down. But most of us have them sort of in and around, sort of, not mid-table. I had them sort of.
How you put?
Well,
I've
I've
got
got them 13th. You've got them. You got them Flex.
16th. I got.
16th. All right. You one of the lowest, but Abby's got them 14th.
15th.
So that'd be a lot better than what they did last season, isn't it? And they have brought a lot of players in again.
I think there's definitely worse teams than Forest.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Matisse?
Sheffield United, on the other hand, though, a lot of us have got them going down. I mean, everybody has got them everyone's got them in their bottom 3. Sheffield United, no chance for them guys.
I wouldn't say no chance.
Yeah.
I think they got a better chance than Luton, but I wouldn't have them anywhere else but getting relegated as well.
If they can unlock the potential of that Gustavo Hamer, who I think is a great talent, then he could save them a few times. But I said their
Enough, though.
it probably won't be enough. I said their home form has to keep them up, but they've already lost at home now.
Yeah.
They sold some key players.
Lost 2 games at home
I think
already.
they drew at home to Everton.
Oh no, they
and
drew
then
with
lost
Everton
one.
and they
yeah.
lost to
Sheffield,
Palace,
yeah.
didn't
But
they?
But
they
they
were
needed
2-0
to win
down.
that Everton game, really.
Yeah.
Defo.
They sold some key players. Sander Berge went to Burnley. So
I can't get my head
I can't get my head
move.
around selling to someone else that you've been promoted
He
with.
could keep
Yeah.
Burnley up and
That's
send
what I'm
them
saying,
down.
literally.
What
It's
bad-
I'm going to
bad
be honest
business.
with my bit because I had to rush near the end. I'm looking the middle part of the table. This bit of the table, like 10th to 16th. I literally, because I was rushing, I did the top sort of 8 with the big teams, and then the bottom 3, and in the middle I kind of didn't because Everton I don't have them.
I
Guys,
can't believe
do not
where
rush
it
this
is.
thing. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
you
I
can
rushed it.
You
I
can
rushed
win
it.
£1 million. So
I'm-
don't rush it.
So Harvey was like,
All right.
do this. And
I
went,
can't
"Oh."
believe where you put them.
Okay.
Never. No
Never.
chance.
Tottenham.
Never.
Tottenham Hotspur. Right, Abby, you have them finishing in fourth.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, look, I'm buzzing.
That's
at
a
the
great
minute.
season though. Fourth.
No distractions. Already out of
No
one cup
distractions.
competition. So
Yeah.
keep knocking them
yourself.
down. Focus on the league.
Watch yourself.
Focus. I thought Andrew was going to change that.
Yeah. Watch
Come down to
yourself.
training,
Don't
man.
worry.
If you fancy having a little watch.
Alex, you have them in fourth as well.
I got them in 4th, but
Yeah.
I was quite glad that when I did these predictions, I think 3 games had passed. So before the season, genuinely,
I'd have had
I
them
might
in
have swapped them with
7th.
Newcastle
Yeah, absolutely right.
in 6th, but I've got them in 4th. But again, I'm not putting all my chips on that one. It's a woozy, it's
Still
a wazi.
Spurs, yeah.
It's still Spurs.
Yeah, no, I
From
don't disagree.
8th to 4th, Robbie. And when you talk about other teams having to drop down, it's blasphemy. How are the other teams not going to drop down if people are putting Tottenham all the way up in 4th?
Yeah, but-
they were 8th, so that means Newcastle must
Yeah,
come down.
you were
Man
12th.
United must come down.
You were 12th though. So
Yeah.
what are you thinking
You've
about?
already-
No,
fourth?
but
You've
I'm not saying it's
progressed.
bad. I'm just saying this is how
No,
other
this
teams
is a
have
personal
been
Firstly,
pushed down.
this is handball, so it's different.
4 games in, they've gone from 8th to 4th, just like that.
Well, you
Bang,
got them in
everybody-
5th.
I got them in 5th. I think 5th is as high as I would go.
Okay,
because-
so you've changed
because
it as well.
There's not a
Champions
lot of
League.
depth in that
Champions League
team.
spot.
There's not a lot of depth in that team.
He didn't
There
know that at
isn't.
the time.
No, I have them 5th, but
One injury.
Yeah,
Spurs.
one injury and it's an issue, especially if it's Maddison. It's an issue.
It is an
But
issue. Look at the
I'm
second
banking on
team
the
that played
fact
against Fulham.
that
They
they
were
will
knocked
stay
out of the
fit.
Carabao
I'm
Cup
banking
straight away.
on the fact that one game a week.
Literally, because there's no Carabao
Yeah,
Cup.
like,
So that's
just-
why I've
just
got the
keep
One
it-
game
keep
every
it
2
tight.
weeks sometimes.
One game
Stick it
every 2
over.
weeks, maybe. Yeah.
No, the problem will
Game
be
a month.
for January with Basuma and Sarr going to AFCON.
AFCON.
That will be the issue. And then we're back to Højbjerg, Skip. But then Bentancur will be back.
It's only a couple of weeks.
It's only a few weeks. And I think that if there was an injury to Maddison, which touch wood,
It's literally
not.
wood.
is that
He's
wood
been,
though?
he's been known
It's
for
wood.
it.
Is it wood?
He's been quite injury prone in the past.
Yeah, he has been. So if there was, I think the idea would be that potentially you'd put Kulusevski in that role, who obviously isn't Maddison, but that would be an option. And then, go and do something in January.
Is Asian Cup as well?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So fun. Richarlison back up front.
Salah gone for a few weeks.
He's hoping. We haven't spoken about the team.
I'll sit next to you Thursday, yeah?
We haven't spoken about the team at top of the
Yeah?
league.
Yeah?
West Ham.
Oh yeah, they are.
West Ham, top
man.
of the
They got
league at the
Nicky
moment,
Hawkins.
right? Made some good
Nicky
signings,
Hawkins.
right, off of the Declan Rice money. But not many of us seem to have them right at the top. You had them, I had them in 10th. So did Abby have them in 10th.
Yeah.
Flex has them in
12th.
12th. Alex, you have them in 11th. And Matisse, you have West Ham
He's gonna have them low watch.
in 10th as well.
Oh, okay.
So mid-table.
Minimum.
Everyone's going for the mid-table.
I think
They're
they
off
should
to a
be
great
minimum in
start.
10th. Yeah.
That's an improvement, though, considering how
Yeah.
bad the
They're
league
top of
was
the
for
league
them
at the
last
moment. You don't
season.
think they
Oh, no, listen.
Top 4?
You know they've signed
Top
Kudus.
6?
They've signed Kudus.
None of that.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
Marlon
on.
Kudus.
They've signed Kudus. They've kept Paqueta because he's been
Slumped you as
betting
well, to be fair.
and betting and whatnot.
Yes,
but
they
he
did.
was going to go to Manchester City, right?
Let's not forget.
They got Bowen, who you would take as a Salah replacement. So
Sorry, when did I say that?
maybe I was talking to
Don't tell
someone
me what I think.
You must have been chatting to Grizz.
else. Maybe they got Ward-Prowse, Alvarez at Ajax. A lot of
They've
people
got
looking at
quality.
it.
They've
They
got
got a
quality
good team.
players.
Yeah, Ben Rama. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think they should be any lower than 10th. I really don't.
Yeah,
Minimum
10th.
top
And then they
half.
can build. If they finish 10th,
Maybe
Yes.
maybe a bit
invest
higher.
more, they can
Yeah, they could
maybe
even-
get
they
a
could
cheeky
be-
Europa
maybe a
League
bit
spot.
higher.
It could be higher.
They've
And-
also,
Let's not forget, they could be European champions
yeah,
again
they're
this
also
year.
playing
Yeah.
in that. I think
4
10th is
games,
an
guys.
improvement.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
It's an improvement in terms of their league form. That's what they need to be aiming for, to get back
It's a
into that
great
top
start
half.
from them, though.
And finally, Wolves. Everybody kind of has them down towards the bottom of the table, but not being relegated.
I don't have them to go down. I never did have them to go down. They were a lot of people's favourites. And I don't know, 1 to 11, obviously, I know they did lose Núñez in the end, which obviously is a big blow. I don't know. I think they got a bit about them, man. I just think off the default, there's 3 teams definitely worse than them for me.
Yeah, that's my thinking behind that one as well.
I think it will
think
be.
they're
They'll be in
staying
a battle though, for sure.
Okay, well, listen, don't forget the show's powered by Oddschecker, right? And all you got to do is predict the entire league, right? And you can win £1 million.
You might even
right?
forget. You've made the predictions now. Come May, you get an email saying you just
You've
won.
won.
You just won £1 million.
Imagine that.
It's completely
You've won a
Del Boy
million.
and Rodders.
completely free to enter. You've got to be over 18 and in the UK. Click the link in the description right now to get involved. It's brilliant, right? So get involved in that right now. Some super chats were coming in whilst we were doing that. Canadian Gooner 1995 says 2 of the best players outside the Prem. Take Kubo and Victor Boniface. Both soon to be world class. That Boniface, a good player, by the way. Juice Source says United went from getting linked to Osimhen and Kane to ended up getting a Ute who scored in Atalanta. I think he's on about Rasmus Højlund.
I think so.
Well, let them play for each
Yvrendra
other, mate.
Singh says, why is the Chelsea fan so arrogant?
Why so arrogant?
Why is that arrogant?
He said, I read somewhere that they've only won 6 games in 2023. Disgrace.
Alex,
Four
can
in
you check that
25.
stat, please?
Is that a true stat?
That's that for a second.
Oh.
Get Alex on the chat.
Tell me that's a true stat.
Yvrendra
was
Singh
wrong with
also says, if you check Chelsea's
Let's Google
games during October and December,
That
it
was
won't
a dark
surprise
time.
me if you see them in the relegation
Everybody has the same fixtures.
How
Everybody
many
plays everybody
games
twice.
have
Alright.
Chelsea
But hang on, you did say you wanted
won
21 points
in
from the next
I
7
did.
games. So how many
2023?
points do you think you'll get? Now you've, revised that.
You can
opinion.
minus whatever we've lost and then the rest.
Oh, so just okay. So still
Big-
maximum points from here. Okay.
Big Dog says Tottenham 4th, and then he puts about 5 laughing emojis. He says, can't wait till the inevitable Spursy bottling and meltdown.
Absolutely.
Ange Ball will suffer from Spursiness as well.
Absolutely.
Grow up.
Vishesh says, pay close attention to Everton. That's Chelsea soon. Ooh. Cactus, you know, he said Chelsea going to turn into Everton. Cactus Max says Spurs will finish 4th and Liverpool will finish above Arsenal. Memo says Soboslai.
You're correct.
Soboslai.
That is absolutely mad.
What? Is that true?
Soboslai.
Yeah, you got it. Smashed it.
Soboslai.
They won in last season. They won 11 matches.
That is disgusting.
But that's for the whole. That's for your whole season
That's
last year.
33 points.
Listen, we know that last season.
I guess you relegated 11 wins.
We know last season was the worst season in our history since like the early 90s.
Have you not learned?
So you've
We
won
know that. But
since the start of last season.
do you
you've won
honestly
12
do you
games.
think that's going to happen again?
You've won 12.
Do you think that's going to happen again?
12 games since the start of the
Probably should have beaten
2022,
Forest to change that
23
opinion a little bit.
You've won 12 games.
Matisse, say that it's a different season. Last year don't matter. Just a new. You know,
12
It
games.
is literally a new season, is it not?
Like it's finished. Last year's over.
It's finished.
Yeah, but you're still in the same calendar
And guess
year.
what? Even in our worst season,
That's mad.
you still didn't win anything. You still didn't win anything.
You still didn't win.
So
anything.
we
You
all
still
did.
didn't
We all
win
the
anything.
same.
Didn't try to
did.
be.
You still didn't win anything.
Did you win anything last season?
Charlton fan
So
18 says who should be the top 5 in the Ballon d'Or? Haaland, Messi, Rodri, Mbappe, or Alvarez? But
What about Bellingham, bro?
who should win the Ballon d'Or? Let me quickly ask that.
Ooh, it's
Who
a
wins it for you?
I think
Who
Messi.
should, in your opinion, not who you think?
Yeah.
Who, in your opinion,
No,
who
Haaland.
should win the Ballon d'Or?
Haaland deserves to win it.
Haaland.
I think because Haaland's going to win 3 or 4,
No,
just
no,
give this one.
No,
some
no,
credit.
no.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
He's won the World Cup, bro.
He's rolling like
it's messy.
actually how they roll on it.
Yeah, that's,
So you
I'm
give it to
thinking
Messi.
how they think. That's what you're not
It
thinking.
should be Haaland, but I
will
want
be-
Messi.
it
I was
will
there,
be
man.
Messi,
We was
bro.
there.
We all want Messi to win it, but it's going to be
Just
Haaland.
give it. It's Messi, man.
Haaland.
Give it to Messi.
Really?
Yeah, just give it to him.
Ridiculous.
What are you saying?
I think Messi will win it.
What he's done at Inter
In an
Miami
individual
alone
level, yeah, Haaland
should get-
did
I don't think
everything
you can count that.
He does deserve it.
Like it's an individual
He's
honor,
gonna
isn't it?
clean
It's
up,
not
though.
a team thing. No, it doesn't matter.
Not necessarily, no.
He is the
And listen, I want Messi to get it. I want Messi to get it, yeah. But like we spoke on the show last week, yeah. It's not about what the trajectory is over the next 3 years and what they might do this year and that year, what they've
It's
done
about
before.
this year.
It's about
What do
that
they
year,
deserve
and
right
in
now?
that year, as an individual,
Haaland's a joke.
Haaland he just
But then
scored in all
Messi,
the
he
things.
literally dragged.
Carried them to it.
No, I'll go Messi. Yeah,
going-
World
I want it
Cup,
to be
man.
Messi. I want it
Yeah,
to be
I mean,
Messi.
I'm
think
thinking
I
how
think it'd
FIFA think,
I think it'd be Messi.
and knowing how they think, they will pick Messi.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
going
they
to be
will,
Messi.
yeah, they will.
It's going
We're
to be
doing
Messi.
we're doing a poll on it, by
will.
the way. So vote for who you think should get it.
Come on, Messi.
one player. I can tell you 2 players who definitely won't be getting it, and that's Antony and Sancho.
Oh my, that was savage.
Shit.
That was savage.
I'm just trying to segue into the next section. I'm not trying to.
Man, like Robbie, the presenter. you know.
No,
Love it.
Flex, man. What's going on at Man United, man? It's a real mess. They're in the mud at the moment, man. I mean, there's been talk of even more
Mad
debt.
segue.
That the debt's gone up over $1 billion now.
Where's Sheikh Jassim now?
Then last week, yeah, they still haven't been able to sell the club yet. There's rumours that they've taken the club off the market and stuff like that. After this long process, no one's still bought it, right?
What is going
Like
on?
you said, Abby, they didn't really have your normal Man United
No,
summer where, you know, they bring in some stellar signings.
very underwhelming.
They
Normally we bring in Stella. Everyone says you keep spending too much on
No, but
Stella,
I'm
and
just
then we
saying,
try and twist
well,
it
you
up. And
spent
now I
them-
didn't get
you
Stella.
spent- you've
Which one do you want? I don't know. Make your
You-
mind up.
you've
Which-
also
What
sp-
window do you want us to have? Do you want us to do the 90 million
hold
Pogba thing
on,
again where you laughed us at,
I
or do you want
started,
us to?
so I'll
Can't
finish.
win.
I don't know.
Just spend the money and
What
go.
do you want? What do you
Spend the
want?
money and go. That's what
Just
we
burn
do.
the money.
You also have got this situation now with Antony. You've had the Greenwood one, now he's moved on to Getafe, dealt with that, and not very well, a lot of people said.
Shocking.
Now another situation with Antony, a similar situation, where United have suspended him for the time being. And then you've still got this situation with Jadon Sancho, where the rumours is he's supposed to be talking to the manager today. But I noticed that on his Instagram, that quote
Twitter.
that he on his Twitter, it's still there. He's not
Still-
taking it down.
Not just there, it's pinned.
It's-
It's pinned like a
Pinned it.
Fabrizio.
And you know the worst
Here
thing
we
is,
go, bruv.
you know the worst thing is,
Engagement, though.
he doesn't even tweet that much. So even if he just left it as his last
Yeah,
tweet, it'd still be at the top.
be up
But
top,
he's pinned
yeah.
it.
No, he's doing it for Rich.
Pinning
right?
it is
going
a
on?
bit mad,
Crazy,
I
man.
can't lie.
Exclusive.
It's do you know what? I will be honest. Of course, I'll be honest. But the Antony situation, there's just nothing funny about it. Like there's, you know, we do banter and football banter, and oh look at that, they're in the mud, another place. It's not funny. Like these types of allegations,
Serious.
people who have been through these kind of things, people who have been wrongly accused, victims who can't get convictions, victims whose lives have been ruined by this, men and women. It's awful, like that's happening, and it is embarrassing to be a Man United fan that these situations are going on at your club. They're happening in football. We've seen a lot of footballers have allegations or high-profile things. So I definitely never make banter out of like those situations. With Antony, I think it's best for all parties actually that he doesn't come back until it's all sorted, because he was placed. He's taken a leave of absence. He hasn't been suspended.
Still on
full pay. Yeah, but basically he was on full pay because it's legalities. Yeah. But in terms of what was the club statements, the club said, we've agreed with Antony that he should stay away while he sorts this out. If you think about it like this, it's highly triggering for people who are survivors and victims of this type of nature, so it protects them. The club trying to play football matches and have things as normal for the players who are there week in, week out, it protects them. And Antony, who has vowed to clear his name and needs to go and sort his situation out, it's probably best he doesn't play football. So actually, in that moment, it's best that don't come back until it's sorted.
Is he doing things right?
That could be a long time, though.
He's doing a lot of talking, Antony. Obviously, listen,
I'm surprised at that.
You can understand that somebody, if they think they're innocent, they want to defend themselves.
Yeah.
But shouldn't he just be
getting
his head down
the courts,
and
it's all about opinion, isn't it? Like how you would deal with that. I mean, obviously a lot of us would say I would never be in that position, but he finds himself in that position and he's seeing it fit to go and do interviews and personal testimonies. But I mean, things like that, you could trip yourself up, you could say the wrong thing, you could incite something on yourself, but he sees that fit. I'm surprised at that. We've seen other high-profile celebrities do that sort of thing and it not end well. But I think it's to pass judgment on it. Do you think this or do you think that? There's another alleged victim on the other end of this, and I don't like hypothesizing and saying, this person's done that. Let the people who need to deal with it.
Okay, the Sancho situation.
The Sancho situation, I said at the time. At first, I said, well, I don't think Ten Hag should have opted to air the dirty laundry in public. I was like 6-1, half a dozen the other. But when I thought about it, I was like, but he's been through this road before with Sancho. He helped him last year, which I know Sancho was very grateful for. And then if he says in that moment, with Sancho's reaction, what it's taught me is that if Ten Hag would have said he's ill, but he's not ill. Yeah. Clearly with how Jadon Sancho was ready, he would have said, don't say I'm ill. Say the real reason why I'm not in the team. Can't go into it right now. If he would have said Jadon Sancho's picked up a knock and he hasn't, Sancho probably would have went, I ain't injured. Don't say that. Say the real reason. So I feel like Ten Hag could only really, in hindsight, answer that question that he was asked and answer it truthfully. And he didn't slander him. He just said, this week in training, I didn't pick him based off that. So, but Sancho is insinuating
straight after a defeat,
where
fans will be
emotions,
that's
upset
fine.
And looking. But you know what football fans are like. They're looking for someone to blame.
Absolutely.
Scapegoat. Is it wise to say that straight?
Probably
after
not.
a defeat?
But what I'm saying, it probably isn't. But what I'm saying is that clearly, with how agitated Sancho is, because there's things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. He's saying, he would have only have accepted Ten Hag saying the real reason why he's not in the team, which isn't to do with training, according to Sancho, which isn't he's not fit, which isn't he's got a cold. He said, there are other reasons which I can't go into. I'm being made a scapegoat. So there's something bigger there. So, and I think when Jadon Sancho decided to cross that line, instead of saying, I'm going in there tomorrow morning at Carroll, I'm banging on his door, or I'm ringing him now, that's what he should have done. But he made it worse. So it is a bit of 6-1, half a dozen, but I just think when a player does that, Man United fans have been screaming for ages that we need standards, we need rules, we need principles, we need someone who the players respect and someone knows they can't take the piss out of. Ronaldo did it, see you later. Rashford was late for the team meeting, dropped, came on at half time. Like, Ten Hag's made big decisions at the football club, stripped Harry Maguire of the captaincy, got rid of David De Gea. We've, as Man United fans, have been asking for somebody to come in and say, I'm in control. If he just lets, and the biggest debate now is, should he be back in the team against Brighton? Some people say, if he says sorry and they talk it out, listen, Antony's gone, we need players. Not me, mate. No. What message does that send?
If you find him, how long would you leave him out for? If he says,
it can be one game.
Supposed to be a meeting today. If he says sorry,
If you say sorry, for me, you need at least a game. There has to be some. You have to be reprimanded. You have to show Garnacho, Pellistri, Kobe Mainoo. Doesn't matter whether you're a kid coming through or you're a player at the top, whether it's Rashford, Bruno, whatever. You have to know that you can't undermine the manager in public and pay your way out of it and play on the next available game. You can't do that.
This is where I disagree, because Sancho didn't undermine Ten Hag publicly until Ten Hag undermined Sancho's effort publicly, right? So for me, it would have made more sense to say he's got a knock.
But the manager's allowed to say that.
He is. But then if you hit at someone's character or not their character, but their effort and their professionalism, because that's what this is about, then you can't control what the response is going to be. And the response was, I feel my effort is adequate, or my effort is not an issue, so I disagree with you publicly because you've put me on blast publicly, so I'm gonna put you on blast. Now
that's fine, but there has to be a consequence. Otherwise, every player is gonna go. I tell you what, if Ten Hag says something about me, I'm just gonna do that. If he
had just kept it private and just not played him and just said, listen, he's not available.
Could he not have just said, tactically it wasn't...
Yeah, tactically, exactly.
That's what I'm saying,
and just keep him out the team.
No, but with what Sancho has said, he's saying, I'm not accepting none of that.
But has Sancho said that, though?
The statement says this. The statement says, there are other reasons that I can't go into right now, and I'm being made a scapegoat.
But what does that mean?
Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho has come to the internet and told us that there's something, but I ain't going to say what it is. Well, that doesn't help, does it?
But now he's forced himself in a position where he can't really play him, can he? When does he bring Sancho back in? Does he bring Sancho back in?
When Ronaldo walked off the pitch, this is all that needs to happen, by the way, because I'm not even in the camp of X out Sancho, cancel him, should never wear the shirt again. This can be resolved. I'm just saying there needs to be a sanction. I'm saying when the Ronaldo thing happened and he stormed off against Tottenham, and that was one of our best performances of the season, smashed Tottenham easy, wasn't hard, and he didn't get to come on, and Elanga come on, and he just stormed off.
Ronaldo started it, Ten Hag ended it.
There was a quick thing saying, you're banned for one game, you're going to miss Chelsea away, and whatever they find him. Obviously, the Piers Morgan thing that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But that's what this needs to be, and I want it quick. If they talk today, because Sancho's got two things to undo. The manager is saying that you ain't up to it, mate. I couldn't pick you because you're not training properly. So Sancho now has to go in there and show through this whole week that he is ready for selection. That's the first thing. And then Ten Hag has to address another issue by publicly saying that. There has to be some... If Rashford did this, I'll say the same thing. If Bruno said this, I'll say the same thing. Players need to know that the manager is in control, even if you don't like what he's saying. This is the problem at Man United. Last year, we had leaks out the dressing room, players saying this. Every player was going social media. Rashford, Fred, Maguire... all last year, when it was the year before Ten Hag came in, when it was all over the gaff. So we can't then say we want standards and one person to be in control, even if the players don't like it. And now he's come out and said that, we're going to say, just let him say sorry and let him play, because now we need players. I just think that sends the wrong message.
Right, well, we'll see what happens in very soon. And two tough games coming up for Man United when they come back from the international break. Brighton at home, which didn't go too well last year, and then going away to Bayern Munich, Harry Kane. So those are two really tough games coming up. So his team selection is going to be really, really interesting. Maybe he should get Billy Wingrove to be the new manager to replace Ten Hag, which leads me into my next thing, which was big up to going out to the Sidemen. I was at their charity game on Saturday at the London Stadium, sold out, over 60,000 fans there. Beautiful day, hot. Decent game as well. You know what I mean? Obviously not played to the same pace and skills of a Premier League game.
I saw one of them penalties, mate.
Speed's penalty was dreadful, by the way. What was that? I would have done a much better penalty than that. That kid Speed, actually, like the name's right. Speed. He's quick. Yeah. He is rapido.
A lot as well, isn't
but end product is what he needs to work on. You know what I mean? But listen, it was a great game, lots of fun, and they raised over £2 million
incredible
for charity, which is absolutely,
well,
absolutely incredible.
Cecil's done amazingly well as well. Yeah. Big up Cecil.
Despite the work from Cecil, no, I'm only joking. Cecil was brilliant as well on the sideline.
I saw his backflip. He had to get that one.
What did he do one? Can he do a backflip?
Welcome to the side.
Can Cecil do a backflip?
You can.
Did you not know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, no, he was over 2.4 million pounds raised for charity, which is absolutely amazing. 60,000 fans in the ground, and as I said, a really, really quality event. And I mean,
I think it's brilliant.
They've done it again, innit?
I think it's absolutely brilliant. You got to think, right? YouTubers, even that term's a bit outdated now, but YouTubers like laughed at, clowned at. Who are they? They're just idiots online who ain't got no sense and just play tricks on each other. It's clowns, mate. It's how people kind of look at some people like that, right? And to see what they've done for an amazing cause, right, it's inspirational. Yeah, it really is inspirational. And the fact that the first one was at the Valley, what was that, 20 odd, 25?
No, the first one. I remember the first one was at Southampton.
Right.
And
so they've gone up.
And I remember when they did it at Southampton, they only gave them half the ground because the guys from Southampton
said they wouldn't sell it.
They were like, "Oh, well, you won't be able to sell this out, and we don't want to be able to. If we sell it out, we've got." Lock off they just completely doubted them.
Yeah,
they sold
stewards,
it out.
everything. They
That's
sold
what I'm saying.
Straight away.
What's next? Wembley Stadium.
They went to the Valley, sold it out. Valley hadn't been sold out for 10 years, sold it out, and then sell out again at the weekend, 60,000.
Have to respect what they're
doing.
Like
you said, brilliant. And I was speaking at a conference over in Portugal last week, Thursday, right? And I was on a panel with La Liga was on that panel, and Serie A, and I was talking about the power of the sort of stuff that we do. And that was some of the points I'm making. If you should involve people like us, involve people like you saw at that game, because it's pull a big crowd. They have a lot of influence over that. I mean, work with them. With them, you know what I mean? So it's absolutely fantastic what they're doing. And like you said, to give up their time for charity, they're guys like Mr. Beast, Flyover, Speed, Flyover from America and stuff like that, to be part of this. I think it's absolutely
And you look
fantastic.
at where these people started from. You could
playing
KSI,
FIFA, a lot of them in their bedroom.
playing FIFA, Mark Goldbridge, just doing things at home, just him and a few people going live, to that. 60,000 people, 1 million people watching live on a street.
They can sell out.
Do you know how insane that is?
They can sell out Wembley, and I think they'll do that next.
Yeah,
incredible. Well done.
Unbelievable.
You watch it?
No, I didn't watch it. I sunbathed Saturday.
Thanks for your support.
But I saw all your pictures.
Abby's been removed from YouTube.
At least she's on this old sunbathing. It was
35 degrees.
So was I, to be fair. I was in Mallorca sunning it up.
It was a brilliant. It was a brilliant event. And
but I saw all your stuff online.
I think you can still donate to it as well.
How many pictures?
I only took a couple of pictures. How many pictures did I take? Oh God!
No, I'm saying people.
How many people asked me for pictures? Bloody hell!
Was it a record?
No, I think the carnival was worse.
Oh yeah.
Did you go in you went in the Arsenal top? Yeah, I remember that.
But it was crazy there. It was crazy, and my kids, they absolutely loved it because they got pictures with all their heroes. You know what I mean? Speed and this and that. So it's brilliant.
Cecil,
it's brilliant. So well done to the Sidemen, and listen, well done to you guys as well. We've come to the end of the show. One more super chat here for Asvida Zain, who says, imagine Klopp to Germany, Zidane to France, Mourinho to Portugal, Ancelotti to Italy, Pep to Spain, although he's Catalan. Mad, and then he says England equals Southgate. He says right at the end there, right, brings us back down with a bang there. But England do play tomorrow, big game actually. Scotland, even though it's a friendly.
Never an easy game now.
Yeah, it's always a tasty one.
Yeah, where
Hampden Park.
Hampden Park.
I
tell you what, wait, Scott McTominay, what are you saying?
Robbo lads.
McTominay,
you should start playing him higher up the pitch.
Absolutely,
highest goal scorer.
He's an 8.
McTominay, you start playing him higher up.
He's the Havertz. He's what you think Havertz should be.
Are you using him properly? No. Are you using him properly?
No, he's actually got goals in this game.
Anyway, listen, guys, thank you very much. This show's been powered by Odds Checker. Don't forget, if you predict the Premier League table 2023-24, you can win £1 million with the Odds Checker £1 million predictor. Completely free to enter. You must be over 18 and live in the UK to enter. Click the link in the description and good luck with that. Once again, Matisse, thank you very much. AGT.
Bless up, man.
Abby, back sunbathing now?
No, apparently, I don't think it's going to be nice the rest of the week, you know. But maybe this afternoon.
We'll be back on Thursday, won't we?
Flex some, baby.
Nah, I'm alright.
Flex as well. And thanks to all you guys out there as well. Listen, over 5,000 of you watching. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be back on Thursday where we look ahead to the return of the Premier League. It is back. So you do not want to miss that.
You're excited, are you?
Yeah, man.
It's cute.
I'm ready to get back to business.
Who you got this weekend?
I don't know, Bournemouth.
Back to business. See you later.